It is important to feed students' minds with positive and effective feedback. Studies have proven higher student growth and achievement on their learning when positive feedback is in the classroom. Here's an example of a graph that shows feedback 70% to 80% of the time allowed more success in the student's classroom when feedback was present this amount of time. There are 4 different types of feedback, one including success feedback. This takes place when students are doing well and provides a feedback on what they are doing well. There's another kind of feedback. It's called corrective feedback, opposite of this success feedback. This is when you're correcting a student's mistakes and you're just trying to help them understand what they're doing wrong and lead to what their next step is. There's also peer feedback, in which students use each other to give each other feedback in the classroom. And the teacher would previously teach this, so they're kind of acting as the teacher to their peers. Lastly, there is another feedback called intervention feedback, which takes place when a student is in need of an intervention and help in order to get them to that next level. These 4 types of feedback, however, are only successful when they are goal-referenced, which if they are not goal-referenced, it would be hard for the students to understand because they're always working toward a goal. They also need to be tangible and transparent. If these goals are not tangible and transparent for the students, then it will be hard for them to understand, and it will be hard for them to move on and really take that next step in their learning. Students learn when things are tangible. It also needs to be descriptive so that the students know and understand exactly what they are doing wrong. Descriptive feedback is a way to give successful feedback. Along with this, it also needs to be actionable. It needs to give the student some sort of action in which that they can help to fix their next step in order to get to that next level in their learning. It also needs to be user-friendly in words that the students need to understand. If you say words that the students will not understand, then you're not going to get anywhere because they're very young students. Make it in student-friendly terms. It also needs to be timely. If you're giving feedback when a student has done it already and she did it 3 days past, then it doesn't make any sense because the students need immediate feedback when they're doing it in the classroom. It also needs to be ongoing and not just happen here and there. It needs to be happening as they're learning consistently, no matter what they're doing, in which subject they are. And it also needs to be consistent. If they are not consistent, then the students are going to be confused and not enhance their learning, because we know consistency is key to students' learning, and it can kind of bring a lack of interest if you're not consistent as a teacher. Lastly, this needs to progress toward goal. Students are always progressing toward the goal, and that's what the feedback is intended to do. Make the students progress toward their ultimate goal. No matter what we do or accomplish, there's always barriers. These barriers of feedback could be not executing in feedback enough or properly, or not executing what was just talked about in these different descriptors that were used. Feedback is best when you use the different methods that were talked about. However, a lot of people say that there's no time, teachers are too busy. However, you need to make time for success feedback, for different feedback strategies in the classroom. It's in order for students to learn. This is some examples for students of when you can provide feedback to them in all different kinds of settings that you can use in the classroom, informally or formally, either one. And also, lastly, in order to provide feedback to those low-level or English level language learners, picture, symbols, or cues are really helpful for them, and it really provides the students a visual to what they need to understand. Overall, effective feedback is key to students' learning, and in order for them to grow, it is time to start implementing this into the classroom now. And it is time to feed these students' minds with positive, effective feedback in the classroom. Feedback is key to students' learning.